Hi my dears, hope you are having a great time. Today we are going to talk about future tenses in English. Can you name some of the future tenses? Very good, like will, going to. But also, we use simple present and present continuous, and sometimes when we are talking about future. In this presentation, we will explore the key future tenses in English and learn how to use them effectively in your communication. Understanding the nuances, the differences between these tenses will empower you to express your thoughts about the future with clarity and really obvious. So let us start. We are going to start with will, the most common used word when we are talking about the future. Now, the first usage, talking about future actions. So, we use will to talk about a spontaneous decision and actions that will happen in the future. So, when you're just suddenly thinking about going out tomorrow or visit your friend, it's a spontaneous decision. You suddenly make it. So in this situation, we use will. Look at the example. I will call you later. The train will arrive at 5. So the first use of will was when we want to talk about spontaneous decisions. Look at the next one. Making predictions. So, we use will to make predictions about the future based on opinion or belief. So, you predict based on your opinion. Maybe it's not true, it's just your attitude or your opinion. Look at the example. The weather will be sunny tomorrow. The economy will improve next year. So, when you want to predict something for the future, and it's based on your opinion, your belief, your ideas, your perspective, we use will. Okay, and the next usage, expressing willingness. So we use will to express willingness or intention to do something. Sometimes in your speaking, you want to say that I'm willing to do something. I like it. I want to do it. So in this situation, we use will. Look at the example. I will help you with your homework. It means I like to do that. I want. My intention is to help you. We will attend the concert tonight together. So it means I like to do it. It's an intention. I'm willing to attend the concert with you. Very well, very well. Now, let's go to the next part, using going to. Another term that we use when we are talking about future is going to. Sometimes it's a bit similar to will, but with some really small and tricky differences. So, look at the first usage of going to. Talking about plans and intention. So we use going to when we have a plan for our future. Use going to talk about plans, intention, and future events based on current evidence or decision. So the difference between going to and will is that will, it's just sudden decisions, but going to is a decision that you make by evidence, based on some evidence that you have. Look at the example here. I am going to study for the exam tonight. We are going to move to a new apartment next month. So we use going to when we have a plan, and we have some evidence to talk about. And the next, describing future events. Another point is about the events. Use going to describe future events that you can see are about to happen based on the present situation. So, another thing will happen in the future, yeah? There are different events. Sometimes, based on the present situation, you can say, for example, this will happen in the future. This is going to happen in the future. So in here, when you want to talk about or describe future events, you can use the going to. Look at the example here. Look at those dark clouds. It's going to rain soon. So the present situation is this, yes? So the person is looking at the clouds in the sky. It's dark. So based on this present situation, he is going to say what's gonna happen in the future. So if we use going to, it's going to rain soon. Very good. And the next example, the vase is going to fall off the table. So you are looking at the vase on the top of the table, and maybe it's shaking or it's moving, and because of that present situation, you say that it fall off the table. It may fall off the table, yes? Very nice. So now we are going to have a comparison between a will and going to. So let's read together. Will expresses a spontaneous decision and predictions about future. Something that happens suddenly. Maybe there is no plans or evidence. And we use going to express plans, intentions, or future events based on the evidence that we have. So look at an example here. I will call you tomorrow. It's just a spontaneous decision. I am going to study for the exam tonight. It's my plan. So I used going to. The key difference is that will is more about in the moment decision. Something that comes at the moment in your mind. But when it comes to going to, refers to plans or intentions that are already in place. So when you suddenly come up with an opinion and you want to do it in future, you use will. And when you have previous plans or you already had thought about it before, you use going to talk about the future. Now, if you remember at the beginning, we said we also use present simple when we want to talk about the future. Isn't that interesting? Yeah, present simple here is not talking about the present time. It's about the future. So when we use it the first time, talking about scheduled events. So when you say the scheduled events, you remember, for example, the schedule of trains, airplanes at the airport, or any more scheduled plans, maybe for your university or at a school. So we use the simple present to talk about scheduled future events like classes, meetings, or appointments. Look at the example. The train departs at 6. So we have a schedule now. It's the schedule of the train. So we use simple present. We don't use will or going to. And here the conference starts tomorrow at 9. It's a conference and it has a scheduled time. So here you can see we use simple present. Very well. Now the next one. We use simple present for describing future arrangements. So when we have an arrangement for our future, we use simple present, like travel plans or social engagements. Look at example. I fly to London next month. So I have an arrangement for my future and it's a fly to London and I have the time, yes, next month. So I use simple present. The next example. The new exhibit opens in June. So we have the time and it's an arrangement. Yes, a social engagement. They're gonna be an exhibit in June. So we use simple present. Very good. And now we are going to talk about present continuous when we want to talk about future. So we use am, is, are plus where plus ing, not always talking about what's happening now. Maybe to talk about the future. So look at the first usage, talking about future arrangements like present simple. Yes, use the present continuous to talk about future arrangements, plans, and scheduled activities. Look at the examples. I'm meeting Sarah for dinner tonight. It's a sentence about my tonight. Yeah, it's the future, but I'm using the present continuous. They are visiting their relatives next weekend. So we have next weekend, it's about future. But they are visiting. They have a plan for their next weekend. So we use present continuous. And the next use, describing planned activities. So when you have a plan for your future, we said we use going to, and also we can use present continuous. Use the present continuous to describe planned future activities that have been arranged or decided. It's important, yeah? Look at the examples. We are going on a hiking trip next month. The university is holding a career fair in 2 weeks. And when we have in 2 weeks, here it means the future, yes? Means in 2 weeks from now to the future. Very well, very well. Now here we have 6 exercises for you. I want you to pause the video in here and answer these exercises and comment it in my post. Very well. Before going to the final part of my video, please subscribe my channel, like my video, and also if you have any question, ask me on comments. Very nice. And now we are going to look at some advanced tips about the future. The first one is the mixing tense. What's a mixing tense? You can use a combination, a mix of future tenses to add nuance and specificity. For example, I will call you tomorrow to discuss our plans for the weekend. We are going to the park on Saturday. Look at here, will and going to. So when you want to start talking about future, you can change your future tenses. It doesn't mean that if you start with will, you will continue with will. Now it's the first one is will, the next one is going to. Certainty and probability. Look at here. We use will to express a higher degree of certainty about the future, and going to express a lower degree of certainty. Look at the example. The company will release its earnings report next week. So when it's will, it seems more certain. And it's going to rain tomorrow. It's probable, less certain. Very nice. So thank you very much for listening and watching my video. I hope you found it useful for your English. Take care and goodbye.